welcome back, guys. This is the King of Weebs here, and this is what if Naruto was and Uchiha Part 6. Sorry, guys, if I sound a bit different, it's because I'm really tired and my voice, I don't know, my throat is just being weird today. Anyway, last time we left off with the preliminaries being over and the same people passing. Yeah, except for, wait. Yeah, whatever. The same people passing, and I'll say that Naruto is on his own training, while Shikamaru came up to him and is like, "Want to train with me?" And then they trained a bit, and Naruto actually lost because he wasn't concentrating in the fight, and Shikamaru asked him, "What's wrong, Naruto? You'd never lose to someone like me." And sorry, guys. Naruto's like, I don't know. I was just thinking, what do I do with the Nine Tails? Like, do I just keep it inside of me, or do I try to master its power? And Shikamaru is like, that's your choice, Naruto. We can't choose for you. If you would like to master his strength, you can. But even without his strength, you're strong enough. Have you seen yourself? You took on a legendary Sannin at the age of 12, and he had to retreat. And you already know the perfect Susanoo. And yeah, what else can there be? And Naruto's like, yeah, true. I don't think there's any greater strength than that right now. Or maybe there is. Who knows? And Naruto just went back into deep thinking while Shikamaru's like, anyway, wanna go out tonight? And Naruto's like, nah, I think I'm going to train. 1 second, guys. Sorry, had to close the window. So there's less noise anyway. Naruto declined the offer to hang out with Shikamaru, Choji, and the others before training, and he's like, alright, so you'll hang out with us when you're free, right? And Naruto's like, yeah. And after that, Naruto went into deep thinking. Like, he just closed his eyes, meditating, and he's like, he was in peace. He was just feeling down on that day. He doesn't know why, but he was just in peace now until he opens his eyes and he's in front of a cage. And and then Naruto is like, just where am I? And then an eye opens up, which actually kind of startles Naruto. Naruto has never felt this much fear in his life, and he was actually trembling from the bloodlust coming out of the cage, and he's like, I've never been this scared. Just who's that? And then the Naruto's like, you can't even recognize the beast that's inside of you, Naruto Uzumaki. And Naruto's like, it must be the Nine Tails then. No wonder I was scared. Just tell me one thing. Why? Why do you hate me so much? And the Nine Tails is like, how do you know I hate you? I mean, I haven't done anything to you. And Naruto's like, I mean, the bloodlust coming out of you clearly shows something, right? And the Nine Tails laughs and says, I guess you have some brains, unlike your dumb father. And this pissed off Naruto a lot. And Kurama went on by saying, if you just didn't seal me inside of you, I'd be free right now. And Naruto's like, so what if you sealed me inside of you? So what if you sealed you inside of me? You're strong enough to even go up against you. Shouldn't you be respecting his strength? And Kurama's like, I respect him more than you do, brat. He was able to go toe to toe with me, against me, after fighting a strong foe. And Naruto's like, wait, what? What do you mean after fighting a strong foe? And then Kurama's like, I guess you don't know what really happened on that day. And Naruto's like, what happened? And just saying, Shisui never told Naruto about the masked man because he didn't want him to have a grudge against him, and well, to be engulfed by hatred, because he knows the cycle of hatred in the world, and he doesn't want Naruto to be in it. And Kurama's like, you see, I really wasn't the one who attacked the village on that day. It might be called the Nine Tails attack, but I was under a genjutsu the whole time. This masked man, known as Mother Uchiha, he unsealed me from your mother once you were born, and then put me under a genjutsu, and I started attacking the village. I really didn't know what I was doing, but then your father took him out, and then I came back to my senses. But I continued attacking because I wanted to be free. Retail Beast did nothing to you guys. In fact, we helped you in the past. But you humans, you all are the same. All you do is try to keep us at bay, thinking that we'll destroy. You think that we are demons, but we were the ones who created this world. If we weren't here, the balance of chakra, if I wasn't here, the balance of chakra wouldn't be balanced. And also, if we weren't here, the 10 tails would be alive and no one would be here. And Naruto's like, 10 tails? Just what? And Naruto's like, just what are you talking about? And Kurama's like, you understood until what that I told you about the masked man, right? And Naruto's like, yeah, I mean, I don't really hate him, but no, I hate him, but just saying, Naruto is not engulfed by hatred like Shisui thought he would be, but he's pretty enraged that because of him, this will happen, and he was feeling bad for his mother, father, and brother, because if he wasn't born, this would have never happened. But it is what it is, and Naruto's like, alright, but what do you mean if the tail beasts weren't here, the 10 tails would still be here? And Kurama's like, I don't have to tell you anything, brat, just go back and play ninja. And Naruto's like, do you really think I'm playing ninja? And then Naruto's Mangekyo Sharingan is already activated, and Kurama's like, you really do remind me of Mother Uchiha, you know, brat. And Naruto's like, I've never heard of this Mother guy, but if he's the one who killed my parents, if he's the reason behind my parents' death, and behind all the suffering I've had to go through, I will be the one to kill him. And just saying, Naruto is still the normal Naruto. His ninja way is the same. Just saying, he won't kill Obito, of course, because Obito, he will find out. Yeah, that was a bit of a spoiler. So the Nine Tails like, so already hating him, aren't you? Well, that's something we have in common. I hate him too. He's the one who made me fight the first Hokage. He's the one who made me do everything. That's why people hate me. And that's why I hate people. You people are all the same, thinking I'm a demon. I wonder what would have happened if I wasn't here. You guys wouldn't even be alive. The old man is way too kind to you guys. Disgusting creatures. You guys shouldn't even be alive right now. And Kurama is going all out, like literally he's saying everything, and then Naruto's like, but what happened in the past that makes you hate everyone so much? Like, why would you hate me? I didn't do anything to you. And Kurama's like, there have been a lot of things in the past. I tried to help humans. I did my best, but all they did is seal me away, backstab me. I was worshipped. But now, look at me. They think I'm a demon. Well, makes me happy. Because I'm going to kill them one day. I'm going to kill every single one of you. I am the strongest tail beast. Even if it's only half of me. I can still take all the tail beasts on and beat them. Even if they're together. Even if they make the strongest technique. I can still counter it with my own techniques. And Naruto's like, what do you mean only half of you? And then Kurama's like, well, you see, you only have half of me. And Naruto's like, wait, so there's another Nine Tails Jinchuriki? And Kurama laughs and says, So you really don't know anything, do you, Naruto Uzumaki? And Naruto's I was a baby when you got sealed inside of me, so how am I meant to know? And just saying, Naruto's Mangekyo is deactivated because he calmed down, and Kurama's like, you see your father, he sealed half of me inside you and half of me, the other half inside himself before dying. If I recall properly, I didn't want to get sealed inside of you, so I tried to stop it by killing you. But in the end, your parents loved you too much. They got in the way, and that's how I was sealed inside of you. You brat. And Naruto's like, well, it's a good thing that they saved me, or you'd be running rampage around the whole entire world right now, since my father's the only one who can really seal you, correct? And Kurama laughs and says, if your father didn't seal me inside of you, I'd be under the I'd be in the hands of Mother Uchiha. And you don't know, he was the one who went toe to toe against the first Hokage. Everyone fears him, but I hate him. And Naruto's like, well, that's bad. Who's this Mother guy anyway? Just what abilities did he have? And Kurama's like, you're really curious, aren't you, brat? And Naruto's like, well, you're the one who started this conversation about Mother Uchiha, why are you blaming me now? And Kurama's like, do you want to know or not? And Naruto's like, alright, go on. And he's like, you know your abilities of the Mangekyo Sharingan? And Naruto's like, yeah, I haven't mastered them fully yet, but I'm close. And then Kurama's like, well, you see Mother Uchiha? He already mastered them. He had them mastered for decades now. And also, he was able to use his his Susanoo, just like you. I've seen you use your Susanoo on your sword. Well, you know what Madara done once while fighting the first Hokage? He was able to use the whole engulf me in the Susanoo, and I had the majestic Susanoo gear, like. And Naruto was really surprised because it takes a lot of chakra to engulf like something with the Susanoo, and it takes a lot of chakra control. Because if you don't have good chakra control, it will just overwhelm you and the whole Susanoo will come out. And Naruto's trying to hide it, while trying to put on a whole tail beast, and it's pretty hard. And then Naruto asks, did you agree to that, or did Madara force you to fight the first Hokage? And the Nine-Tails like, he forced me. And Naruto was really scared now, because if Madara is able to force the Nine-Tails, and since the Nine-Tails would fight back, Madara must have had some mad chakra control to even pair up with the Nine-Tails. And then the Nine-Tails like, you see Mother Uchiha, he can even summon me as a summoning. And Naruto's like, what's a summoning? He never heard of one. And Kurama's like, you learn it one day. Anyways, our time's over. And Naruto's like, hey, before I leave, can I get your name? And Kurama actually smiles and says, my name is Kurama. And just saying, the only reason he's doing this is because he can see a bit of Hagoromo in Naruto, since he's kind to everyone and he doesn't hate the tail beasts. Like, he never called him Demon Fox or anything. And also because he's so strong, he respects Naruto. If he was weaker, he'd be like, brat, you're not even strong enough to get my name. Once you get stronger, I'll give you my name, and maybe we can become comrades. Yeah, just like in the original, Naruto had to become very strong, like master Sage mode, master the Rasengan, master the change of nature, nature transformation, nature and chakra form, chakra transformation, and everything on the Rasengan. Get the Full Tails to give him some chakra, save the Full Tails, beat him in a fight. Yeah, that's how strong Naruto had to get in the original. But right now, Naruto, I'm pretty sure he would put up a really good fight. Maybe even beat the Nine-Tails. But if it was the full Nine-Tails, nah, he would lose. But since it's half, Naruto would be able to actually contain the Nine-Tails. But right now, he can't, since he doesn't have the key. And he can't unlock the cage. So Kurama if Kurama wants to, he can give him KCM, but not KCM 2. Like that's only after he unlocks the cage, anyways. So a few days have passed, and Naruto is still meditating, and each day he goes and greets Kurama, and Kurama explains more history about Kaguya and everything. So Naruto's knowledge about the Shinobi world is actually a lot on a higher level now, and now we get the when Naruto is going to get some ramen, and then he bumps into Jiraiya, and Jiraiya recognizes Naruto straight away because he can see the blue eyes, the red hair, a bit of yellow hair as well, but the whiskers, and he can see that Naruto's wearing orange clothes with the Uzumaki seal behind it, and he's like, "Hey, you're Naruto Uzumaki, right?" And Naruto's like, "Yeah," and just saying, uh, Jiraiya is meant to be Naruto's godfather, and Shisui's just saying Shisui knew about him being his godfather, and he did tell Naruto, but Naruto still doesn't have Jiraiya's name, and Jiraiya's like, "Hey, do you need a teacher to train you?" And Naruto's like, "Well, I do, but I don't need a pervert to teach me." And Jiraiya's like, "Do you really think I'm weak?" And Naruto's like, "I haven't even tested your strength, so I don't know. It depends, but you do look pretty strong since your chakra is immense." And Jiraiya's like, "Oh, so you already noticed. Pretty sharp, aren't you, kid?" And Naruto's like, "Just what do you want from me?" And Jiraiya's like, "If you can catch me, I'll train you. Deal?" And Naruto's like, "Wait, what? But I don't even know your name." And then Jiraiya's like, "Or maybe you're just too weak and slow to catch me, aren't you?" And Naruto's like, "Is that a challenge, old geezer?" And Jiraiya's like, "I am the Toad Sage," and Naruto laughs, saying, "More like the Pervy Sage, anyway." "Alright, so you're challenging me, Naruto Uzumaki. Alright, let's do this." And of course, Jiraiya is actually a lot faster than Naruto in base, and so Naruto's actually having a pretty hard time finding Jiraiya, even with body flicker and shadow clones. But then Naruto decides just to use his full power, and using all putting a lot of chakra in his on his feet on all the shadow clones, so they go even faster and they can check the village in less time. And then the real Naruto actually finds Jiraiya on top of a tree just writing, and Jiraiya didn't notice him. Naruto makes all the other clones poof, and then out of nowhere he's holding a kunai to Jiraiya's neck, and Jiraiya's like, "Already found me. Impressive, kid. But the only thing is, you're holding the kunai to the wrong person." And Naruto's like, "Wait, what?" And out of nowhere, Naruto's on the floor with Jiraiya holding a kunai to his neck, and he's like, "You should be more careful, Naruto. The ninja's never that careless. That was just a shadow clone." And Naruto is impressed by Jiraiya because he didn't even notice him. And Naruto is actually really strong, and he's a sensory type ninja, so he would have sensed the Jiraiya around somewhere, or another Jiraiya, and he didn't. So he already knows that this man, Pervy Sage, he doesn't know his real name, is a stealth ninja. Naruto says, "Let me guess, you must be a really skilled stealth ninja, aren't you?" And Jiraiya's like, wait. Jiraiya's like, "Pretty sharp, kid, aren't you?" And Naruto's like, yeah, what's your name anyway?" And Jiraiya's like, "I'm Jiraiya, the Toad Sage, one of the legendary Sannin." And Naruto's eyes widen, and he actually goes in for a hug, and he's like, "I've always wanted to meet you, father." And Naruto's like, "Wait," Jiraiya's like, "Wait, what, you know?" And Naruto's like, "Yeah, old big brother Shisui told me." And Jiraiya's like, "Yeah, I heard what happened to him. I'm sorry for your loss." And Naruto's like, "It's fine. I'm sure big brother Shisui wouldn't want me to be sad right now. Anyways, have you been?" And Jiraiya's like, "I've been fine. How about you?" And Naruto's like, "I've had my little bit of hardships, but now I have a family. The Nara clan actually adopted me, and Jiraiya was really surprised by that. And then he's like, "Oh, that's good, but are you sure you're happy with them?" And Naruto's like, "Yeah, mother and father are amazing, but of course you're my godfather." So, and Jiraiya's like, "No, no, no, no. You can just call me Jiraiya Sensei." And Naruto's like, "I'll stick to Pervy Sage then." And Jiraiya's like, I'm not a pervert. I was just doing some research for my book." And Naruto's like, "Oh yeah, I heard you write books. Kakashi Sensei always reads them. I mean, I don't see what's so good about it. Never read one though. I should try." And Jiraiya's like, "Never read them. Until you're 18, you cannot touch the books." And Naruto's like, "Oh, I understand what kind of books then." And Naruto's like, "Why shouldn't I read them? I mean, I'm still a growing boy. I'll just get better. I mean, one of your books is called Makeout Tactics, and just saying, 50 Shades of Grey is a B-Tech makeout tactics. Just saying, it's a B-Tech makeout tactics. I'm not lying. Look, Jiraiya was introduced before 50 Shades of Grey. And what book was introduced with Jiraiya? Jiraiya's the author of Makeout Tactics. So technically, Makeout Tactics is the true 50 Shades of Grey. 50 Shades of Grey is just a B-Tech version. You understand? So if anyone reads 50 Shades of Grey, I haven't read it. Yeah. Just remember, it's a B-Tech makeup tactics. If you want the true makeup tactics or 50 Shades of Grey, you have to buy it online. I don't even think they sell it. What would be written in it? Would Kishimoto ever tell us anyway? Let's continue. So Naruto tells him everything about his life and that he can use the Sharingan, and Jiraiya already knew that, and tells him that, and Naruto asks him about his father and if he ever unlocked the Sharingan, and Jiraiya tells him that Minato was so strong he's never been in a situation where he ever needed to awaken the Sharingan. And Naruto's like, "Whoa, father was that strong?" And Jiraiya's like, "Yeah, he was actually one of the strongest Hokages and one of the most feared ninjas in the world. In fact, if it wasn't for him, I don't know what would have happened to the Leaf Village." And Naruto's like, "What do you mean?" And then he's like, "In the Third Great Ninja War, there was a warrant that if you saw the Minato flee the scene, do not engage at any costs. In any circumstances, do not engage. Run. If you see him, run. If you don't, stay. If you see him, don't even try. Don't even try to go up against him. Even the Raikage right now didn't stand a chance. He got destroyed by Minato's speed." And Naruto's like, "Amazing. I wish I could master the Flying Raijin, but when I use it, it's just so chakra draining." And Jiraiya's like, "Wait, excuse me? What did you just say? You know the Flying Raijin?" And Naruto's like, "Yeah, even the Rasengan." And Jiraiya's like, "You already know the Rasengan?" And Naruto's like, "Yeah, Big Brother Shisui taught me, and I also think know about how my father used both of them. In fact, father taught Big Brother Shisui this, and older brother taught me how to use them." And Jiraiya's like, "This kid's already on a Jonin level at the very least. If he knows how to use the Flying Raijin in any type of form, he's definitely a Jonin level, especially with the Rasengan." And Jiraiya's like, "How much chakra do you think the Flying Raijin takes from you? And in a percentage?" And Naruto's like, "Oh, you see, I am an Uzumaki, so my chakra is immense. So it's not much, but if I can't spam it like Big Brother Shisui did, so I mostly use body flicker in a fight." And Jiraiya's like, "I can teach you how to hone your flying rising skills. And Naruto, just saying, Naruto's taijutsu is already tuning level, so he will train in taijutsu. But the first day of training with Jiraiya is like the summoning jutsu, and Naruto says, "Hey Kurama, I understand what the summoning jutsu is now at night." And Kurama's like, "Hold on, brat. Now leave me alone. Don't annoy me anymore." And Naruto's like, so rude. And Kurama, once Naruto leaves, Kurama just smiles and is like, "This kid's getting stronger and stronger every day. He's probably already strong as me." Wow. And apparently he's not a prodigy. Imagine he was. And Kurama actually shakes at him imagining Naruto as a prodigy, or a generational prodigy like Minato. Remember, Minato has been said to be, no one can, so Orochimaru, Itachi, and Shisui, they were all prodigies, right? But Minato was known as an unparalleled prodigy. So and he was just a once in a generation prodigy as well. So Minato, imagine Naruto being like that. Kurama shakes at that and he's like, "Nah, please. Even with my other half, I wouldn't be able to stand a chance against him." And just saying, yeah, what was that? In a fight with once Naruto and Jiraiya were sparring, and Jiraiya was actually pummeling Naruto, and Naruto's like, "Nah, I'm not losing." And then once Jiraiya was about to use the Rasengan on Naruto, and then Naruto used his Susanoo rib cage and was actually able to stop it, and Naruto's like, "That was close." And Jiraiya's like, what is this again?" And Naruto's like, "Oh, it's the Susanoo." And Jiraiya did hear of the Susanoo and everything. He does know about these kind of things, and he's like, "You have already mastered the Susanoo." Naruto's like, "Yeah, I even have the perfect Susanoo." And the Jiraiya's like, "I don't want to see that. It's too big. You can show me another time. Right now, let's continue." And Naruto's like, "Hey, while they were sparring in taijutsu and improving his honing it to become a jonin taijutsu, Naruto brings up the question, 'Hey, Pervy Sage, older brother Shisui told me that the Rasengan is an incomplete jutsu. Is that true?' And Jiraiya's like, 'Indeed it is. There is something that the fourth Hokage and I tried, but we failed. And after mastering the Rasengan, even both of us together couldn't even do it.' And Naruto's like, 'Can I know what that is?' And Jiraiya's like, 'Oh, you see, it's to master a change in chakra nature and chakra transformation.' And Naruto's like, 'Oh, I have 3 already. I mean, I have 4. Wind, fire, water, and lightning.' And Jiraiya's like, 'Wait, what?' And he knew, Jiraiya knew he was going to have fire, but he didn't know he was going to take from his mother with the water, and his father from the fire, and wind. Where did the wind come? And he already knew, he could already tell that Naruto's wind nature is his own, and is that amazing. And they actually tried to master it, and there were only 2 weeks left, so Naruto was able to do a wind Rasengan, that's it, nothing else. And he tried to use the lightning release on it, but it just exploded, it just disappeared and then exploded on him. And Naruto's like, "Oh, this is like a vanishing Rasengan, but I wonder how I'm going to use it. There's no point of keeping it in my hand." And Jiraiya's like, "Well, you can just throw it. I mean, maybe you have to master it though, and you haven't mastered changing chakra form or chakra transformation yet." And Naruto's like, "Alright." And just saying, Naruto knows the Chidori, if no one knew. And in this 1 month training, Sasuke trained in using the Chidori, and also adding a new chakra nature to the Chidori, the fire, and also using stronger genjutsu and everything. So the Chunin exam finals arrived. The day arrived, and Naruto was about to go, and he said goodbye to Jiraiya, and Jiraiya's like, "I'll try to come." And Naruto's like, "I hope you do." And he goes off, and that's where I'm going to end off. I hope you all enjoyed it. Please subscribe, share, like it, and also please subscribe to Retreat and Miniman123. And I just realized we're like 60 subscribers away from 2.3k. Let's try to get it by the end of today. because I'm getting 100 subs every day. That's actually amazing. I'm really happy about that. Anyways, I'm sure I can try to make a new video today, but I might go to my cousin's house. If a new video doesn't come out, I'm sorry, but I'll try to record it right after this one, so I can upload it like later on in the day. I'll just edit it and keep it ready to upload later. Anyways, hope you all enjoyed. Join my Discord server. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. All links in the